Okay, I got to start on some of the work here on the 74 Michigan Enduro clone. Tonight I took and drilled off some of the brackets that won't be used in this build. So I took and drilled off the airbox brackets, the gas tank hold down, got rid of that stuff. I took the foot stirrups off too, and I'm gonna end up modifying them. I'm gonna do something kind of neat with them, but I'll end up taking the foot stirrup and basically cutting them off in this area and then flipping everything around backwards. And so once it actually gets put back on the sled, it'll sit about like this backwards. So that'll give you a spot to slip your toes underneath of and kind of give you a toe hook. And then it moves you farther forward. It brings your whole body and everything at least a foot forward darn near with having this thing closer like that. And then you can slide forward on the sled. And then also with this tank, it's an Arctic Cat lightning bolt tank. It's a little shorter, and that'll sit forward too. And you can see where the old gas tank hold down was. So everything's going to be moving forward on this thing. So that way the seat will be closer, the foot stirrups will be moving forward. It'll give you a more forward position on the sled. I'm sure this is what they did back in the day to make sleds handle better. I'm sure this isn't a new idea. This is just things I've kind of figured out along the way. I did all this kind of stuff on my 75 PDC when I built it. Thing really handled great. I never raced it, but I just enjoyed riding it, and it was really a fun sled. So, but you got the motor sitting in here, and right away there's a problem, and I knew this going into this. When you put a 3-cylinder into a 2-cylinder chassis right here, you end up with this. You got to take and notch this out so that the motor can drop down. Some guys notch the bottom of the recoil housing and stuff. I don't like to do that. I'd rather notch the bulkhead, weld everything back in correctly, and I think it's just a better way to do it myself. I did this on my 79 Centurion when I built it. I put an Indy 650 motor in it, and I had to notch that out, and I actually built a plate out of 1/4-inch aluminum, and I gusted in this whole back side and give it some extra strength on the bulkhead there. So I got that sitting in there. So next time I will have that stuff cut out, welded back in. I'll have the foot stirrups modified and welded and riveted back onto the chassis. And then I'm going to add a rod. I like to put a 1/2-inch rod up through the edge of the tunnel here to help give it extra strength too. I've done it to all my other sleds. I think it helps. They don't bend as easy then. Doesn't really add any weight at all, so it's really no concern. So that's what I got going on, and I'll see you next time.